I want you to picture something. You've been home for 8 months. You survived the halfway house. You got a job. You're paying your fees. You're doing everything the system asked you to do. It's Saturday night. You're at your cousin's birthday party. You're drinking a soda. You're feeling good. You take a selfie with the crew and post it on Facebook. Caption: Day ones only. We back. Monday morning. 9 a.m. Your phone rings. It's your PO. Report to the office, now. By 10 a.m., you're in handcuffs. You're being violated. You're looking at 18 months back inside. Why? You didn't touch a weapon. You didn't touch drugs. You didn't catch a new charge. You got violated because the guy standing 3 feet behind you in that photo, he's a convicted felon. And your conditions say, no association with known criminals. Or maybe it was the table in the corner, blurrier than hell, with a bottle of Hennessy on it. And your conditions say, no alcohol. 1 click just cost you 2 years of your life. Welcome to the minefield of social media while you're on paper. Too many solid people are getting sent back, not for committing crimes, but for digital stupidity. They're snitching on themselves for clout. Today, we're going deep. I'm giving you the full digital defense protocol. We're covering the 7 deadly sins of social media that get people violated, and exactly how to protect yourself. This is part of our re-entry survival series here on Felon Friendly Jobs Now. If you value your freedom more than your likes, lock in. Part 1. The Digital Panopticon. Who's watching? First, let's kill a myth. I hear this all the time. Man, my PO has 150 cases. They don't have time to check my Instagram. Stop lying to yourself. Maybe your PO is busy. Maybe they're lazy. But you know who isn't busy? The software. Law enforcement agencies use scraping tools. They can set alerts for your name. They can set alerts for your handle. They don't need to manually scroll your feed. The computer does it for them, 24/7. But even if the cops aren't watching, guess who is? Digital snitches. Your ex. Your baby mama. Your baby daddy. That guy you had beef with 5 years ago. All it takes is 1 screenshot sent to your PO's email. That's evidence. That's admissible in a revocation hearing. When you're on supervision, assume that every single post is being projected onto a screen in a courtroom, because it can be. And check your paperwork. Most of you signed a 4th waiver or a consent form for supervision. Read the fine print. In many states, you gave them permission to search your electronic devices without a warrant. If you're posting like a kingpin on Instagram, but telling your PO you're a humble dishwasher, you're handing them the probable cause they need to toss your house. You're painting a target on your own back. Part 2. The 7 deadly sins of social media. Let's get specific. These are the 7 things that get people violated every single day. Sin number 1. The association trap. This is the most common violation. No association with known felons. In 1990, they had to catch you in a car with someone. In 2024, association is digital. If you're commenting on your co-defendant's posts, violation. Tagged in a photo with them, violation. In a group chat with them, violation. You need to unfollow and unfriend anyone who's still in the life or has a record. It sounds cold, but you're fighting for your survival. They'll understand. And if they don't, that tells you something. Sin number 2. The money flex. You got a legit job? Great. Put the money in the bank. Do not fan it out and hold it to your ear like a phone. To a PO, a judge, or a cop, a stack of cash means one thing: drug proceeds. Even if you can prove you earned it legally, why invite the scrutiny? Why invite the urine test? Why invite the knock on the door? Real wealth is silent. Only broke people try to prove they have money on the internet. Sin number 3. Constructive possession. This is a legal term you need to know. You don't have to be holding the gun or the drugs to get violated for it. You just have to be in a position to control it. If you post a video at a party and there's a gun on the table, even if it isn't yours, you're in constructive possession. A bong on the coffee table? Same thing. Check your background before you hit record. If the environment is dirty, Don't take the picture. Better yet, leave the environment. Sin number 4, the location leak. Most of you can't leave the county or state without permission. If you hit a casino across state lines and post a story with a location tag, you just wrote your own violation report. Turn off location services for all social apps, and never post in real time. If you go somewhere legally, wait 2 days before you post the picture. Delay protects you. Sin number 5, the lyrics trap. This is for my aspiring rappers and artists. Courts are increasingly using lyrics and music videos as evidence of gang affiliation or intent to commit violence. If you drop a freestyle about shooting ops, your PO can argue that's a threat to the community. It's just art, doesn't always work in a revocation hearing. Be very careful about your art imitating your past life. Sin number 6, the threat post. When someone disrespects you online, your instinct is to fire back, clap back. Let them know who they're dealing with. Don't. Do. Any post that can be interpreted as a threat, even if you're joking, can be used against you. On site is evidence. I'm gonna see you is evidence. That angry comment you made at 2 a.m., evidence. If someone is baiting you online, block them and move on. Your pride is not worth your freedom. Sin number 7, the timeline contradiction. Your social media tells a story. If that story contradicts what you're telling your PO, you have a problem. If you tell your PO you're working every day, but your Instagram shows you on a beach on a Tuesday, problem. If you claim you're sober, but your story shows bottles in the background, problem. Your timeline is a witness. Make sure it's telling the same story you are. Part 3, the burner account myth and cyber vetting. I know what some of you are thinking. I'm smart. I'll just make a Finsta, a burner account. Fake name. Stop. You're not a hacker. If you log into that fake account from the same phone, the same IP address, or link it to the same email, they can find it. And if your PO finds a secret account you didn't disclose, that looks like you're hiding criminal activity. That looks like guilt. Don't create more problems trying to be slick. But let's pivot. Forget your PO for a second. Let's talk about money. This is felon-friendly jobs now. We're trying to get you paid. Every serious employer does cyber vetting. Before they call you for an interview, they Google your name. They check your socials. If they see you throwing up signs, screaming at the camera, posting drama, or looking messy, they will not call you. They're already taking a risk, hiring someone with a record. If your social media screams high risk, your application goes straight in the trash. When you're ready to apply to companies that actually give people with records a fair shot, go to www.felonfriendlyjobsnow.com and check out our second chance employer list. But even second chance employers Google you. Clean it up first. Part 4, the cleanup protocol. So how do we fix this? Tonight, you're doing a digital detox. Here's the protocol. Step 1, the time machine. Scroll back 5 years. Delete the photos of you throwing up signs. Delete the photos with guns. Delete the free the guys posts if they hint at gang loyalty. Scrub it clean. If you can't get into an old account, report it as impersonation to get it taken down. Step 2, the grandma test. Look at your profile picture and your bio. If you wouldn't show it to your grandmother or a church deacon, change it. Simple as that. Step 3, rebrand your handle. If your username is Killa_Steve or TrapGod_, change it. Steve_Smith_trades. Steve_Smith_HVAC. Rebrand yourself as a professional. Your name is the first impression. Step 4, lock it down. Set every profile to private. Control who sees your life. Not everyone deserves access. Step 5, build a LinkedIn. This is the one social media profile you actually want employers to find. Professional photo, your work history, your skills. If they Google you and find a clean LinkedIn, that's a good first impression. We have a free guide on setting this up at www.felonfriendlyjobsnow.com. Go to www.felonfriendlyjobsnow.com for free resources on resumes, job applications, and digital cleanup. Link in the description. Clout versus freedom. I'm going to be real with you. Social media is an addiction. We want the likes. We want people to know we're still relevant. We want to show the haters we're doing good. Is flexing for strangers worth losing your job? Real G's move in silence. You don't need to broadcast your moves. Use social media to learn. Use it to network for jobs. Use it to keep up with family. But don't use it to feed your ego. Be smart. Be disciplined. Stay free. If you're going to do the 30-minute scrub tonight, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're part of this journey. And in the comments, I want you to drop one word. Locked in. Because that's what you are now. You're locked in on your future, not locked up for your past. I'm rooting for you. Don't let a tweet take you out.